Alright, what's going on, boys and girls? We're here with another reaction video. This is one was actually requested. That's weird. Excuse me. Now, this particular person I've reacted to not once, not twice, but thrice. So, I'm going to be interested to see his video, shall we say. This one is called Linux Elitist and Misconceptions. So, I'm not going to ramble. This guy's the original video and all his info will be down in the description. You guys know where to find it. And if I'm just going by the thumbs up, thumbs down ratio, I'm not expecting a lot, dude. You want to get roasted? You looking for the Brian Lunduke type of roast? Look like it might be heading that way.
Let me position my face. I've been up since 2 a.m. But I wanted to say good morning to everybody. I've been watching videos because I had done a little work on my tech logs I do tech services for you guys that don't know. And I was sleepy and I thought I was going to get to sleep about, I don't know, 7 or something, and I'm wide awake because I'm excited about the workday and I'm excited about what's coming up that I'm starting to pull together, and can't sleep. Want to sleep, need to sleep, but just can't sleep. So I'm just going to jump into it. This is going to be my first video, and this is just going to be a little bit of a rambling until I can get my good camera hooked for my desktop and get me a board that I can run DDR3s, because I have DDR3 RAM on my custom build. The video I'm making today, the subject I want to talk about now is Linux.
I get we all have intros to our videos, etc. You know, even in the intro, at least my videos talk about the topic that I'm going to be fucking doing. Like I said to Lunduke, get to the fucking point. And not a minute, almost a minute and a half into the 9 and almost 10-minute video.
Windows and Apple, really. And as far as migrating Windows and Mac Apple users over to the Linux platform, specifically speaking of Linux for the desktop computer or laptop computer, laptop PCs. In the past, I actually created a video on YouTube. I don't think it's there anymore. I think I may re-upload it as is today. But I had uploaded a video regarding 5 reasons not to use Linux,
which I got nuked with a fucking copyright claim. So, being a good little copyright boy, I deleted it, FYI.
And little to people's knowledge, I was actually planning on uploading a follow-up video which would be along the title of 5 Reasons Linux is Awesome. Because I was about to debunk every reason that I gave. And it was so funny. In a way, there was a couple of them that would still fit, but
And if I remember that particular video that you're talking about, yes, it is no longer available because the link I have for it says so. Long short of it, you're about to debunk. Okay, here's how constructive criticism works: good, bad, good. You start with the good, go with the bad, end with the good. That is how constructive criticism works. Now, if you want to do these type of videos, I'd recommend more of that approach. Just going to throw that out there. Because something about Linux users being a little fucking touchy and a little hypersensitive about bashing their operating system. I don't know why. I've done it. I do it. Simple fact of the matter is people respond better to start with the good than go with the bad. Then end on a good note. So yeah, I'm going to call a little bullshit on that because you did that video and that particular video that you're referring to 2 different times. And I remember the information you gave on that video. It was fucking wrong. Mandrake is not Mandriva is not an arch distro. That is just flat out fucking wrong. So, if you want to take some, whatever with that, that's up to you. But I'm calling some bull on that by, quite a bit. Because I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I don't think you were planning on doing a secondary video. But hey, I could be wrong. Intent, whatever. I can only go on the evidence I got. So, and the evidence I got says bullshit.
I was about to give the counter argument. I was doing like a good cop, bad cop scenario where I was given the 5 reasons not to use and then the 5 reasons to use. Anyway, long story short, I got a pretty negative response out of that and got numerous dislikes from Linux zealots of people.
Let's talk about that for a second. If we're just talking in this particular video, okay. You want to have an argument about that video? When your information is fucking factually wrong, you should get obliterated in the comments for it. Or at least corrected for it. Because, again, I'm just pointing out the example. I took down that video a long time ago, as asked. You essentially call it an RPM-based distro an arch distro. That makes people legitimately question your knowledge in Linux at that moment, at that time. Can you really blame them? Because you're saying you've used Linux for 10 plus years. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to debate length of time people use it. I get debated whether or not I've used Linux since 99. I don't care. Like, say however long you've used it. Whatever. I don't give a damn. What I give a damn about is factual information being presented to people as a con, and then you flip it around and try to sell it as a pro. Factually wrong information is our problem. You can talk about there being too many distros and all this other bullshit. I don't care about that. I'm talking about this particular video that you're referring to. The information you presented, there were fundamentally factual things wrong in it. So those things deserve a lot of criticism. And we're not perfect. No, people aren't perfect. And we do make mistakes. Okay, I get that. But there were other things in that video along those lines that were just factually wrong. So to me, the criticism was, I don't want to call it justified, but constructive criticism should have been given. And it was given. Because I know, because I reacted to that video 3 fucking times.
Saying, oh, God forbid you say anything bad about Linux, basically. You don't know what you're talking about. One guy told me I had about enough knowledge of Linux to fill a thimble. I said, dude, I've been on Linux for 10 plus years. It's been a rocky road and a love-hate relationship.
Okay, you've been on it for 10 years. The criticisms that you were given in that video, the ones that I know I reacted to and told you as such 3 different times now, the criticisms you got were valid on the factual stuff that was wrong in those videos. So I don't care how long you've been using it. If you made a mistake, you made a mistake. Own up to it. I don't give a shit. What I give a crap about is when shit is factually fucking wrong. And that is how I reacted to that video.
But I say all that to say, I even had one guy, he actually ripped off my video and used it and did a reaction video. It is kind of crazy.
Okay, so I ripped off your video and did a reaction video to it. What the fuck am I doing now? You asked for one of these, I'm giving you one of these. Difference is, okay, you want me to pause it instead of saying what I have to at the end? Fine, whatever. As far as that video is concerned, you were fucking wrong. Your information was mostly fucking wrong. I told you it was mostly fucking wrong. And that wrong information makes me question the validity of your 10 plus years in Linux. Because it's like basic factual stuff that is wrong. So if you want to say, hey, ripped off your fucking video, go the fuck ahead. I deleted it and I went old school and did a YouTube response to it with just off the top of my head, one shot from the camera, and that was it. So to say that I don't know how to do these, or you want to call, I ripped it off, I don't fucking care. But at the end of the day, I call bullshit. I didn't rip your video off. I simply called bullshit on your video, and you wanted to call copyright. That's fine. I'll go around that, and I'll react to every counterpoint and argument that you make, and I will do it the old way. I've been doing YouTube since 2006, and you know what? I know how this game goes. So, anyway.
That video alone, if I had monetization on, I'd probably earn $3 to $5 on that video, even in the current... That's in the current YouTube adpocalypse stage that we're in now. In reality, I probably would have earned $10 or $15 just by monetizing that video. But I chose not to. I tore it down because I felt bad, and I let people get to me. And it's just so crazy because it brings me back to the original concept of I was about to put out a second video shortly after, explaining why that I think Linux is awesome. And here's the thing, the point I'm trying to make is I love Linux as an alternative for the Windows operating system. I cannot personally see myself ever using anything else. I love it with a passion. It has been a joy to use. I have heard people say a professional will never use Linux. That's only for personal use and to mess around. Linux is a toy. I have heard it all. I have heard people bash Linux every way up and down from Sunday till dawn Sunday. And a lot of the stuff they say, there is some merit to their arguments, but Linux is awesome.
There's always some merits to every fucking argument. It doesn't fucking matter. The simple fact of the matter is, I can sit there and bash Windows, and it's going to have factual points too. Oh, updates? You can't use your system for 10 minutes to God knows how long. Because Microsoft says tough shit. Mac OS, you want a walled garden, there you go. Take your fucking pick. There are bare basic arguments that there's always going to be factual truths to some things, or half truth, or a half a thing. I'm doing this video through OBS as a snap on Linux on a 2-year-old distro, 1604 based, and it works perfectly fine with a NVIDIA card, no less. So you'll have to excuse my fucking skepticism on that, but people are gonna have their preconceived notions. Fucking let them have it. Personally, my preconceived notion of people who buy Apple products are they're sheeple. They follow the fucking crowd. That's all they look for. I don't care, but that's my take on them. Windows users, they just want their shit to work and they don't care. And if something doesn't work, they blame it on the fucking OS. That's just the way it is. Windows users have accepted mediocrity. Mac users don't know what think they don't know what mediocrity is because they think they're the alternative. And Linux users, you got a lot of practicality users who don't say shit, and then you got the crazy zealot SFF morons who speak way too fucking much. So you're gonna have them on every spectrum, regardless of the argument and where you go.
And the bottom line is, if you don't want to use Linux, I'm tired of arguing and trying to explain to you why you should use Linux. If my client is happy, and I haven't obviously I have not been arguing this point with clients because that would be highly unprofessional, and that's not what I want to do and will ever do. But just people on YouTube that tend to bash something they don't understand how to use and stuff. And over the last few days, I've developed, the thought that if you don't like Linux, if you hate Linux, that's perfectly fine by me. Don't use it. If you love Windows 10, God forbid. If you love Windows 10 or you love Windows 7 or even 8.1, I actually like Windows 8.1 myself.
So rainbow colored vomit, squares as your stir screen. Alright, whatever. That has always been my argument. Use what fucking works for you. If it's proprietary, open source, I don't give a shit. Use what works best for you. And yes, it would be highly unprofessional to argue these fucking points in front of the clients. The thing you should be doing is just giving them all the fucking options and let them figure it out. And your job is to try to kind of potentially maybe lead them in the right direction. But at the end of the day, it's their fucking call. It's their fucking money.
And Windows 7. But if you love those operating systems and you just want to stay with Windows because it just works for you, great. Wonderful, go for it. Why? Who am I to persuade you to use anything else? So, I mean, and I got to thinking as far as, I had been trying to migrate some of my clients over to Linux, and a few of them have been successful for the most part. Definitely 2 out of the 3 that I have actually 3 of those clients out of 4 or 5 that I have successfully migrated that seem to be very, very happy with the operating system. One guy named David, he sorely needs to upgrade to the latest version of Linux Mint, but he seemed to be very, very pleased with it on his custom build that I built for him. And anyway, I've got to touch base with him. Anyway, it's just kind of silly to me for, Linux elitists, as they call them. They always like to argue back and forth about what, why you should use Linux, and you're an idiot if you don't. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of Windows users, it's user-friendly in today's society. People are very stupid. They're just dumb by default. I mean, and I don't even blame the people so much. It's the dumbing down of America and the world. We don't want to think for ourselves, and but that's another topic for another day. Maybe I do a series on that. I don't know. But just using myself on to shoot this because I figure, why keep making excuses? Why have to wait till everything's perfect? Why can't I put videos out today? And I've been wanting to start my YouTube channel for a while. But that's pretty much what I had to say. I think I can close up here. It's been 8 minutes and change. That's plenty for an initial video. I'll probably cut this down a little bit. But if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, let me know down in the comment section. If you disliked it, you hated it, you think I'm full of crap, or you think I don't know what I'm talking about, dislike. You can leave a comment. I always ask that everybody be civil, and I'm not going to tolerate a bunch of BS and a bunch of name calling and backbiting. I'm not going to do that as a Christian. That if someone comes and sees my channel and I allow that type of behavior, that reflects poorly on me, and I'm just not going to allow it. So I am not one to censor people, but you're gonna have to be civil. And the personal attacks are just not going to be accepted. They're not going to be tolerated. I'm going to have to pull a Joe Collins and delete comments if that happens. But I appreciate y'all's time. Have a great day. God bless.
Well, short version. That was 10 minutes of my life I will never get back. If you're going to talk about Linux elitists and misconceptions, talk about Linux elitists and misconceptions. I don't know what fucking more do you want me to say other than that, dude. Like, there's rambling, and then there's no point to it. This reminds me of that scene at the end of Billy Madison. That's what this fucking video reminds me of. And, you know, that's not a slight against you personally. Like, I'm just talking strictly the content of that video. You are right. It is fucking rambling. There is no point to it whatsoever. You mentioned Linux elitists and misconceptions once in the entire video. And it's maybe 30 seconds of that fucking... That's the content. You know, if you've had great experience with Linux, awesome. But you know what? My thing with these videos, and the thing that I hate the most, is factually wrong info. And the other thing that I've really hated, not just this video, but videos like this, is videos that don't get to the fucking point of the topic. And I don't know why that is so hard for fucking a lot of people to actually fucking understand. Like, these reaction videos are not like me railing on these guys for being morons and stupid and thinking like I want to blow my brains out after freaking watching them. What these reaction videos are about is simply by the fact that get to the fucking point. Like, that is what I'm trying to react to. Like, I'm trying to react to the content. But when I sit through, example, 9 minutes of a 10-minute video, and maybe a minute of it is actually devoted to what the title is actually fucking saying, it makes it really hard for me to sit here and want to actually not get annoyed with the content. So, end of story. Make your content however you want. I don't care. Entitle your content however you want. But for the love of fucking God, if you title something as just a straight up point type of content, like, this is what the video is about, and it's a tenth of the fucking content, you might not want to title your content that. Because your watch times are going to be really, really fucking short. So, anyway, my opinion of this video is I feel like I just watched the ending of Billy Madison in the debate scene. That is legitimately how I feel. So I'll let you fucking determine what that means to you, each and every one of you. But as far as me grading the content, it was a Billy Madison video. Anyway, you guys know what to do. Rate it, subscribe, and peace out.